It is preposterously tough to get your music heard, no matter how talented you are. As evidence of that, one of these artists who has 103 monthly listeners has a song good enough that it could absolutely win the entire 512 Fairly Obscure Songs Tournament. In this round of 256 songs matchup, we have Charlotte de Witte going up against Cameron Hassard. Charlotte de Witte brings us Roar, and Cameron Hassard brings us Phosphorescent. Now, Charlotte de Witte, that's really driving, dance floor inducing, I guess drum and bass, hard techno. It kind of reminds me of Jared Dillion, some of his material. He's been doing it for 17 years. I read his email newsletter, and he was talking about that recently, and a piece about lacrosse as well. Speaking of Jared Dillion, his new book, Rule 62, drops next week, and I'm sure it'll be great. He's like one of the only authors that I read right now, along with the dude from Cold Cave, whose name escapes me. But you know, that's how lowbrow I am. I read that, and like I reread stuff like David Foster Wallace and Walt Whitman, John Darnielle. I read John Darnielle. Who else? I'm terrible at a cocktail party, aren't I? Faulkner. I like rereading Faulkner, and Harper's Monthly. Big fan of that. So we just went down a rabbit hole, all four of us that are still with this video. So Charlotte de Witte plays music like Jared Dillion would enjoy, and it's very high energy. The artwork kind of reminds me of Marilyn Manson. That's going up against Cameron Hassard. The artwork looks like nothing. It doesn't remind me of anything, as Chris Cornell would say. But this song, oh my goodness. Sleek, smooth, infectious, very danceable. I feel like I've known this song for 20 years. If there's anything that it reminds me of more than anything else, it does remind me a bit of like Mechanical Animals era, Marilyn Manson. But if it reminds me of anything more than anything else, it'd be like the David Bowie iteration when he was really latching on and interconnecting with Trent Reznor. Kind of like the Round One Lost Highway soundtrack came out, David Lynch movie, not the Hank Senior song, but I mean, this is powerful, really powerful, catchy, infectious song, and I can't believe he only has a touch over 100 listeners. It's mind-boggling. He clearly has a terrible agent, and he's just in it for the art. I don't know if he's attached for the other musical iterations, but this fella is a diamond in the rough. This is an exceptional song that absolutely has the ability, depending on matchups, to march all the way to the final song in the 512 Fairly Obscure Songs Tourney. So, yeah, speaking of authors, I saw Ryan Adams in concert last week, and I didn't pick up his newest book, but I think he said 700 pages. So, like Ryan Adams, I could benefit from an editor, but this is what you get. This is a labor of love and just a way to interconnect in this strange realm of YouTube. I don't post on TikTok anymore, even though I had 110,000-ish eyeballs on my account there. It's just time to move on. So Cameron Hassard moves on. I hope more than 103 people watch this, because your ears need to hear him, and your eyes might need to check out Rule 60, whatever it is, next week. 62 maybe? I missed the first 61 rules, but I'm sure the book will explain that in some detail. Cheers. Don't know if I officially said it with my unmedicated ADHD, but Cameron Hassard advances to the round of 128 songs, the 512 Fairly Obscure Songs Tourney. Cheers.